Hello A-Sven-gers, it's me, Svenny McG, and recently I got into cleaning up some of my cartridges. So I'm going to show you a quick technique that I usually do to clean these up. Every once in a while they get old, they get gunky, something happens, kids touch it with their fingers, you spill a little something in there, whatever the problem may be, suddenly your cartridges stop working. So hey, that's a problem, we want to keep them going. These things have lots more life in them, so let's check it out and see what we can do to keep things going. I had cleaned over 100 cartridges and these were some of the worst. Look at this. Yuck. Some of this stuff was sitting right in the bottom of a Super Nintendo game. So I mean, what can I tell you? That's just kids spilling soda. It's just yuck. Now of course, if any of these go directly into the system, I can tell you not only is it not going to play that game, but it's probably not going to play any of the other games, clean cartridge or not, afterwards, because now it's going to be, this gunk is going to come off inside the console, and that's going to be a whole other cleaning procedure because now I have to get in there and clean the pins in the system. So again, we want to avoid all that. We want to avoid anything that's going to contaminate or wreck our systems or our games. So that's what we're doing here, is trying to clean it up and get it ready for future play. Alright, starting off here, we have Nintendo 64 Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. Now this cartridge I have cleaned already. So having a little quick look here at the pins, you can see they're actually not too bad. So long as they retain basically some sheen, you know that they don't have any grunge on them. And that's what we're trying to do. Doesn't necessarily have to be like mass corrosion on here. We're just trying to remove anything that may not give a proper connection to the pins inside the Nintendo 64 console. So, that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to take, in my case, I usually use a shot glass. This one's actually got a Jamaican flag on it. And I like to use, effectively, just some Windex or a knockoff of the sorts. Some people like using rubbing alcohol, of course, going right up to, you know, 90% or 70% minimum or whatever. I've always found basically just using Windex to work, and this was something I saw very early on one of the other YouTube channels, Adam Corlick. Go check him out, he's got excellent material. I've been following him for years. And again, so I'm just going to take a Q-tip and I'm just going to run it along the pins side to side. We don't have to try and push down here, we're not going to try and break the board, we're just simply going on. I can apply some pressure and you can hear it actually kind of is making a bit of a noise because the pins on the board here actually do sit a little bit higher than just flush perfectly. So it's kind of, and I'm going to flip it over and I'm just going to get on the other side here. And again, like I said, I had already gone ahead and done these, done this board recently, so it's actually pretty clean. Now I flipped it over, I'm going to use the dry end and to make sure I'm drying it up, removing any extra possible loose debris that may have come out here. And again, that Windex will, the ammonia will start to dry on its own, but you do want to get any of the excess moisture. And what I would do is probably let this sit for a little while anyways before plugging it directly into the cart so we don't short circuit anything. But again, these pins are looking pretty shiny here. So I'm going to say this one's definitely good to go. If we want, we could use that same Q-tip just to get rid of some of this debris. But there is other tips and tricks we could be doing for that. So for now, we're just focusing on cleaning the board, getting these carts to play. We'll worry about their outer appearance in another video. Again, that technique works for even some of the classics. Here is Dr. Mario for the original Nintendo system. And again, this one here, might be hard to make it out, but this one does show, if you can pick up any of that, there's a little bit of kind of gunge on there. So I'm going to go ahead, do the same thing, use my Q-tip here. It's a little bit dark from running on that previous cart there, but I'm going to go for it. I remember finding this one a couple years ago at a yard sale, so and then it's sitting out for a bit, and you can see already we're starting to really darken that Q-tip. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to dunk the other side. I like to kind of just roll it on the inside of the glass. I'm going to use the other side here. Again, the other side, we're going to clean it up. Both sides here, basically just from that one, got pretty dark. And of course I'm going to get a fresh Q-tip, a dry one now. And I'm going to go over those contacts. I'm going to wipe them down. Again, I'm still removing more dirt, even with the dry Q-tip. You can see it's actually still pretty dirty. But I'm given much better success at being able to get this cartridge to run on the NES without any problems in the future. So there's still a bit of debris on there, but it's coming cleaner. And of course, here's his tiny brother. Again, we're just going to get another Q-tip here primed up. And I'm going to do the same thing here. It's a single board on the bottom, so you don't have to get both sides of the top and bottom. But again, just going along here, this is where it's going to make contact with the Game Boy system. And we're getting some stuff off of there. This one wasn't too bad. In fact, this was my original from when I was a kid. So this is quite old. But the pins look pretty shiny, pretty great. So good condition. Again, let it dry before using it. Give it a little bit of time to air out. So like I said, you can do that for your Nintendos. You can do that for your Game Boys. You can do that for your Nintendo 64s. I was cleaning up some Sega Genesis stuff here. This was the Sonic Knuckles cart. I did 32X. Of course, I don't even have a 32X system, but hey, I got a game in case I should ever find one. Got right in there. Don't forget, you can clean up your Game Genies. You can clean up your Game Sharks, your Sega Genesis Game Genies. So again, the sky's the limit here. You can use this cleaning technique on all of them. You'll find some success there. And again, it's just a great way to bring just a little bit of restoration before you just call it quits, throw it out, or get rid of any of this old technology. Just give it a little bit of loving first. So thanks for checking out my little video on cleaning it up. Again, whether you've got Streets of Rage or you got Tecmo Bowl, this will work on all your cartridges. Just get in there, clean the pins up, make sure to get rid of any of the excess, let it dry before sticking it into the system. You should be good to go. I'm telling you, I've done it many, many times. I've had pretty much a near 100% success rate with it, and it's very easy to do and takes very little effort. So get out there, get cleaning, spring cleaning, whatever time it may be. It's time to clean your games up. As always, take care, be good to each other. We'll see you again soon. Bye now.